For those of you who tend to watch these videos with your Merlin app on your mobile phone open and running at the side of you, may well be informed during the course of this introduction that it can detect woodlark. There's one seen at the side of where I am here at Clumber Park. This driveway was one of the old entrances which were closed off a number of years ago, but it's a lovely walk, and I particularly like this walk because it leads down to the south lawns, an area where I hopefully have an 8-legged quarry waiting. Well, of course, the species that I'm after this morning is the Wasp Spider, beautifully marked species, a large species and an all-weaver too, but despite being a large species, it's not easy to find. It builds its orb webs right low down in the vegetation, and despite the spider also being colourful, it's very well camouflaged and not always easy to see. Last year I voiced my concerns that almost as fast as the wasp spider appeared here at Clumber, it was in danger of dying out. I hope that I'm wrong, but I'm not hopeful of finding one this morning. I did come during the winter months, sort of check for egg sacs, didn't find any. And then I came a few weeks ago to look for juveniles, and again drew a complete blank. I just hope that my predictions weren't right and that the wasp spider is still here in Clumber. There's so much suitable habitat here for wasp spider. Lots of grassy heath, and it's all grazed over time, but there's little pockets of longer grass. Could be tucked in anywhere. It can't just be down a couple of 100 yards from where I am. But at the moment, the little area that I'm walking down to, the little area of Yonkers, is the only place that wasp spider occurs in Nottinghamshire. It has to be elsewhere, overlooked maybe on some former pit top. There's very few people recording spiders. Just me, as far as I'm aware, in Nottinghamshire. And as I mentioned, unless it's found accidentally, it's probably not going to be found at all. Yet it's a fabulous thing. For years I'd been wanting to see the species, and I wanted to turn it up in Nottinghamshire. And eventually, after many years, it was turned up in Nottinghamshire. And we've had it, or been blessed with it, you could say, for at least 2 years, but certainly longer. It would be such a shame to lose the most fantastic spider that we have probably in Nottinghamshire. Well, I've reached my destination, you could say, and the darker grassy vegetation in the centre of the screen, that is the Juncus, and that's where most of the wasp spiders were found. We did record the odd one elsewhere in this area, but that was the main area. So let's see if we can turn one of these fabulous beasts up. It would be something. The right coloration, but that doesn't make this cricket bat spider a wasp spider. There is no sign of our intended quarry. Well, I've looked all over this little area of grassy heathland at Clumber, in amongst the Juncus, and no sign of the wasp spider at all. It's not here. At least I can't find it. Doesn't mean to say that it's not on adjacent areas of the south lawn, maybe tucked away in another area of Juncus. But for now it appears we have lost the wasp spider here at Clumber, and indeed in Nottinghamshire. All for the sake of half a dozen fence posts and a few yards of wire netting fencing that could have been put around the Juncus at the back of me, and all would have been well, or at least the spider would have stood a chance. But it seems that that's just a little bit too much to ask, and yet we can fence off miles and miles of land in Sherwood Forest area and the likes of Clumber here and other sites too. It's a shame, even though the spider is common in parts of southern England, it isn't up here, and the status between those southern counties and in the likes of Nottinghamshire and counties north of here are very different. Just because a species is common down south doesn't mean it's not worthy of at least a little protection when it reaches further north. And that's all it would have taken. But chances are it'll be found elsewhere in Nottinghamshire. The only problem is no one's looking.